Welcome back to Sudang Gaming Channel. This is a channel specializing in instructions on how to build characters, playing styles as well as instructions on all types of games. If you are a Vietnamese, please visit the link in the description to go to the 100% Vietnamese Sudang Gaming VN channel made by myself. Thanks for your support. Hello, it looks like this will be the final build video of DLC 2. And I hope that my channel will help you find your favorite character build to be ready for DLC 3 version on the 12th of December coming. In today's video, I want to introduce to you a build that focuses on defense, but still maintains a significant amount of damage. For this build, I chose to use 5 pieces of Grace of Xuanyuan the Yellow Emperor, also known as Earth Virtue, combined with 1 piece of set bonus requirement mitigation. In addition, to optimize performance, you can also combine 1 piece of Grace of lingbao tianzun the Pure One. First we will learn about Grace of Xuanyuan the Yellow Emperor. The first strength of this grace is the first effect, reducing the amount of damage taken. The second strong point comes from the fourth effect, receiving the power gain buff effect, increasing damage by 5% when we perform a deflect the monster's red skill. As for the fifth effect of this grace, Subtlety of Earth Phase, to activate it, we need to raise the earth stat to at least 70 points. This effect increases damage when using the weapon's martial art according to the amount of defense of all equipment you are wearing. This means that the higher the defense, the greater the damage dealt. In addition, this effect also increases the amount of damage to health of the spirit attack corresponding to the amount of physical resistance. To take full advantage of these two effects, it is obvious to increase the earth points to carry heavy armor. Therefore, choosing a weapon with a scale of earth is best. Particularly for people whose deflection skills are not as technique as mine, I recommend using the curve-headed glaive weapon. The first reason is that curve-headed glaive has an earth scale. The second, most important reason is martial art Mongrel's Rampart. This martial art is one of the martial arts that deals the highest amount of damage to spirits in the game Wolong, and in addition, the animation of this martial art is very fast. Additionally, when you perform this martial art in a high spirit state, the blue right spirit bar, this martial art will not stagger. Therefore, I combined using 1 piece of Grace of lingbao tianzun the Pure One to cause a negative effect on the boss, which is spirit vulnerability. This effect reduces the boss's maximum spirit each time you use the skill. This causes the boss to lose all spirit more quickly. In addition, to increase the damage of this build, you can combine martial art Iron Cap and the fire wizardry buff over power burst. The way this build works is quite simple. Take advantage of the glaive weapon's ability to reduce spirit when blocking, then choose the time when you are most confident to perform a deflect. Then, use spirit attack to deal damage, or you can use normal attack. Next, use the devouring flame spell to approach the boss and perform the martial art Mongrel's Rampart. When the boss runs out of spirit and falls into a collapsed state, use the overpower burst buff. The effect of this buff will double the damage of the next martial art or spell you use. Then, perform a fatal strike. Next, activate the martial art Iron Calf, and since you have the overpower burst effect, the damage of this move will be quite large. Now, we will move on to the showcase so you can have a better look at how this build works. Don't miss the important instructions on increasing stat points and choosing effects for equipment in the next part of the video.
Shall we dance? us settle our score here and now!
And wiped out the shame of the Xuanyuan clan. If my skill with the sword allows me to win today, would you do me the honor of becoming my general and helping me continue the conquest of the Xuanyuan clan? You're strong. I'll give you that much. I'm being overpowered. I must strike back. My shame shall be felt for generations if I am brought to knee here.
Next is the guide to increasing stats point, Earth point. This point depends on the weight of the equipment you are using. Raise the maximum to 175 points and ensure that your equipment load is below 30% and has agility A. This helps you avoid spirit penalties when using martial art and increases the weapon's attack. Metal points. You can raise the remaining points for this virtue to reduce spirit when using magic skills and also help you increase the weapon's attack. Fire points. The main reason for raising this score is to reduce the amount of spirit consumed when using martial arts. In case you use the fire wizardry spell Devouring Flame, you increase 40 points. If you only use Overpower Burst, you only need to raise 30 points. Wood points. Increasing your health helps you become more tanky. You can also not raise or raise little, and this depends on your personal play style. Water points. This point also increases the weapon's attack power, but not much. Therefore, I do not propose to increase this point and instead, spend the remaining points to increase in the metal and fire virtue. However, if you want to increase damage, you can use remaining points to increase this virtue. Next is the selection of effects on equipment. Main weapons, 2 priority premium effect as follows. Melee attack power, increases weapon attack and also increases martial arts damage. Melee attack damage, increases damage for both normal attacks, martial arts, and including fatal strike. In case you use a piece of grace of lingbao, then we will use the remaining buff effect damage reduction when performing martial arts, and this effect helps you reduce the damage received quite a lot. Second weapon and second ranged weapon, you can use it as you wish, as long as you have enough pieces of equipment. Grace of Xuanyuan the Yellow Emperor for this build. Ranged weapons use damage dealt, to increase damage to health for both normal attacks, martial arts, and including fatal strike. The second premium effect uses the damage received effect, reduces damage received. For example, without this effect, you lose 500 health when hit by a boss, but if you have 10% damage received, you only lose 450 health. Stone attack power, to increase the amount of earth magic damage dealt. In case you use another spell, you can change it accordingly. With the helmet equipped, I use the damage amplification debuff effect when using spells to increase damage to monsters and bosses. For armor equipment, in the premium effect slot we should choose the extend spirit disruption duration effect to extend the duration when the boss is winded. This gives us enough time to apply 2 buffs or amplify damage and overpower burst. For arms, we should choose the haste buff effect when successful in deflect red skills. This effect helps us move faster, making it easier to reach the boss. For the legs, you can use an effect that extend duration of negative effect on monster. Depending on your personal preference, you can choose the effect to suit yourself. For accessories, focus on the attack power effect. If you don't have it, you can prioritize using damage dealt or defense. As for the selection of Divine Beasts, here, I prioritize using Divine Beast Tengshi for the following reasons. Spirit damage to enemies with negative effects effect. This effect helps increase spirit damage when monsters are debuffed. Power drop on enemy upon wizardry spell effect. When you use magic, wizardry spell, it causes the monster to receive the power drop negative effect, causing the boss to take less damage when attacking you. This helps us become more tanky and reduces the side effects of the damage amplification debuff. Effect increases wizardry spell damage. Because of these points, Tank Shi is a very suitable choice for this build. As for choosing spells to use, I chose the following skills to optimize my strategy. Lion's Roar reduces the amount of damage taken to help increase your resistance. In addition, this spell activates the damage amplification buff effect on the helmet equipment. Devouring Flame, used to combine attacks and create continuous combo chains, increasing our damage to monsters. Amplify Damage, this spell mainly helps us increase damage when performing Fatal Strike by about 20 to 25%. However, be aware that this effect also increases the monster's attack power, so it needs to be used wisely. Overpower Burst doubles the damage for the next martial art attack or spell. The main goal here is to use it to increase the damage of martial art Iron Calf. Stone Weapon, used to apply earth magic to weapons, increasing earth magic damage. This video ends here, and I am Sudang Gaming, wishing you luck and success in your Wolong adventures. And don't forget to click the like and subscribe button to help me motivate to make the following videos better and more attractive. Goodbye and see you in the next video.